Hey Paisanos, it is I, Mickey Saturn. And guess what, Paisanos? We're back. Yes, we're back. We're back to talk about Super Mario Bros. 3. Oh yeah. One of the most famous games in the whole franchise, obviously. Many people consider this the best game ever made. At any rate, it's routinely ranked up there. And there's just a lot to love about this game. Let's get to it. So if you recall, my whole theory here is that the games are all about movement, and that also they come in pairs, with the first pair introducing the ideas, and the second pair refining them and making them a little more complex, let's say, or something like that. Alright, well let's look at what form that takes in Mario 3. As though feeling like they'd kind of finished off what they were trying to do with Mario 1 and 2, Mario 3 changes it up, and right away we see that movement is slightly different in this game, or rather I should say more complex, because instead of just going from one level to the next and having to deal with that movement, you have to also deal with moving around the map. So it's like this order of magnitude above that. There's like a strategy to what level you go to next, and when do you go get to the Toad House to get your power up, and things like that. Right out of the gate, you don't have a lot of options. But in some of the later levels especially, there's a lot of secret stuff. Alright, let's go. Now when you get into the game world, it's pretty reminiscent of the earlier games. Now one thing I can do is I can pick up the shells, and you couldn't do that before. And now I'm going to kick the shell in order to hit that block on the ground. And now we get to see one of the most famous things about this game. How can we take movement to whole new directions? I know. Let's give Mario the power to fly. That'll be good. And basically... I very nearly had that. Ta-da! If you run in and jump, you'll almost always get a star. So you can always get all the extra 1-ups you get when you get 3 stars. So, and then you carry your power-ups with you between the stages, which you did that in the first one too. Like if you beat one stage as Fire Mario, you'd start the next stage as Fire Mario. But in this game, you even get let's see, what's the button for it? Oh, pressed the wrong button just then. Anyway, in this stage, you even get items that you can almost carry with you, and you can almost, I think, only actually, not almost. You can only use them on the overworld. Oh, crap. This is a place where you can get infinite 1-ups right there. Oops. But whatever. Ta-da, star. So now we are presented with our first option. We could go to level 3 or level 4 and get to the Toad House, or we could skip both of those, go to this bonus stage, and then go straight to the fortress. You don't even have to do that. You could save that for later. I'm going to go to level 3. There's a cool secret in level 3 that a lot of you probably already know about. Very courteous of you. Ta-da! I got the whistle, which is how you warp between places. And there are 2 of them, and if you get them both, you can warp all the way to the 8th world, and it's very fancy. Pick a box. Alrighty then. Now, for simplicity's sake, I guess I'll skip level 4 for now. Perfect. Lovely. Wonderful. Fortress. One of the other innovations of this game was these fortresses and the locked door that you see there on the world map, which I need the key to this from this fortress to unlock. All the fortress bosses are basically the same. They're similar to one another. I guess they're not literally the same now that I think about it. I think some of them have wings or whatever and fly. There we go. Yes, I will accept this. Yeah. So now I wouldn't have to play all of those other stages over again if I wanted to, if I got a game over down here. Should I check out level 4? What do I gain? I'd show it to you, but that's all. Let's just move right along. Oh, an underground level. This is something you didn't see in the other 2 games. Right here. Water that's not its own stage. So there were the underwater stages, and then there were stages that were above water, like in Mario 2, and if you notice, falling into the water just killed you in Mario The Lost Levels. But this shows the introduction of more like what you see in Super Mario World as well, where water is just sort of a thing that might be in a stage, and your movement changes when you touch it. There we are. See what I mean? You pretty much always get a star if you just kind of run in. Alrighty then. I see this as sort of like this game's version of the treetop stages from the first couple games. And, it is considerably less interesting to me. I really liked the way those treetop stages looked. I don't like when it looks like they're all just made out of wood. This is also a game that was influential for the series in the way that it kind of introduced this version of the Mushroom Kingdom where there's like just floating wood platforms and things like that. I don't know. In the first game, bizarrely, but legitimately, I mean, like, truthfully, it's supposed to be the Toads, the members of the Mushroom Kingdom, who are all those bricks. Bowser is, in the manual, it says that he's turned them into bricks. And, so you're basically genocidally massacring all the Toads when you break all those blocks. I don't know, in this game you kind of have, there are some blocks that you can break, and then there's a whole other class of ground object that's totally different. Alright, I'd always loved the card matching game. So there you go. Interesting thing about the card matching game, there's like, I can't remember how many, but there's like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 different arrangements of the cards that it chooses between. And if you get them memorized, which I used to have them memorized, you can flip over a couple of the cards in certain spots and figure out which one it is, and then you always know, and you can always unlock them all, which is interesting. This is another new thing. The Hammer Brothers appear on the world map and give you grief in these little mini stages, but you go through them and you get a power-up. Alright, and then you go to the castle where you're trying to help the different king. There are many different kings, and they've all been turned into creatures. Find the magic wand. And the magic wand are on these flying airships, the introduction of the flying airship in Mario. This game has levels like this with forced scrolling. I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't think there are any forced scrolling levels in the first 2 games. So that's interesting. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Alright, and here we get our first boss. Look out. What's up, fool? Of course, we all are now very familiar with the Koopa Kids, but this was their introduction as well. So this is a game, obviously, that the Mario franchise has kind of kept up with, you might say, or I don't know. A lot of the kind of Mushroom Kingdom lore and imagery is really introduced in this game, more so than in the first 2. And that's how you go through a world in Super Mario 3, which Super Mario 3, even on the NES, I believe, allowed for saving and continuing, I think, in between the worlds. And she just gave me a P-Wing, and those are very powerful. This is also the first game where you see the introduction of, like... Well, I was about to say, this is the first game where you see the introduction of explicitly themed worlds. But is that really true, if you think about it? Because in the first Mario, and in Mario 2 as well, you sometimes had, like, World 3 and Mario 1 is like a nighttime world. All the levels are at night. And there's like a snowy world where everything is snowy. So you do kind of see different things, but this is more this is taking that idea even further, and I feel like this is trying to further emphasize the idea of traveling and like moving between places. You know, you're in the first area, now you're in the next area, and it's like it's a desert. It's like you've progressed to a new map, a new desert, or a new ecosystem. Is what I'm trying to say, like a whole new environment. And there are new enemies, like those guys, and new everythings. Whoa. Let's create a runway. This'll do. Okay. Another star card. I don't know if I'll go through this entire world or not, but I'll do a few of these stages since I went through the first world so quickly. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Here we see quicksand. Always good to know that there's quicksand. Okay. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Another 5 up. This game, at first, it seems a lot easier than the other ones, and it is easier for the first few stages, especially than Mario 2. It's much easier than Mario 2. But the very last few stages in this game are extremely difficult, and this is the introduction of the dry bones, by the way, this game. Saw one of them in the other one. That's the very first thwomp ever in Mario. It's just all kinds of great stuff. There's a Boo, first Boo. Never seen one of those guys before. Alrighty. Come on, Boos. I'm not sure if I go further. What's over there? What's up, dog? Woo! Bum 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 bum. Who doesn't love a good 2D platformer? I can't imagine what kind of person wouldn't love a game like this. Someone that doesn't love video games at all, I'd wager. Yeah, I always wind up just kind of stockpiling all the stuffs. You know, you can't go through there because you don't have the hammer. So you have to go, or, I don't know, the hammer maybe isn't what you need, but you have to go here. Aw, shucks. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not messing with that. So, I haven't talked about it overly much, but the raccoon suit really changes the game. And it's not the only game-changing suit in this game. I I forgot there are those little tornadoes here. He charges you. The way I was doing that, I think I should have bounced on that guy. Probably I won't play. So what I was saying was, the raccoon suit is not the only suit in the game that changes how you move and changes your powers and really changes everything, really. And probably I won't play far enough to get to any of the other suits, but there's a frog suit that lets you swim differently, and you kind of hop along the ground in the non-swimming parts. What happened just then? Okay, I got an idea. What's up? Oh, shoot. So close to what I needed. Get out of the quicksand! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Still got a star, even after messing it up. That's pretty funny. So yeah, there's a frog suit. What else? There's some other stuff. There's a Hammer Brothers suit. There's a boot suit, I think, right, in this game? The Chain Chomp. Oh, shucks. Chain Chomp's introduced in this game, right there. Of course, you know, none of these are the original graphics, but this is where the character was introduced, if you will. Alrighty then. What is this? What do you say? What's this? Coins. More coins. More. More. A pipe! Okay. You know, people have often talked, I think, about exploration in these games, and I started to talk about that too in my first video about the first Mario game. And what I think I maybe should have emphasized more is the idea that there we go, another star. Is the idea that that's part of how they're forcing you to interact with all the physics, you know? So, like, imagine if there wasn't a bunch of stuff hidden around, you would just run forward and all you would do is try to go through the game as quickly as possible. But by hiding stuff everywhere, it makes you say, well, can I get up there? Can I get over there? I wonder if I can get up there and hit that block, you know? And those are, like, important questions to be asking in a Mario game, because, you know, that's how you get all the secrets. And, you know, trying to get to all the places where it doesn't seem like you should be able to get is basically... There we go. Trying to get to all the places it doesn't seem like you should be able to get, or, you know, that you're not sure you can get to, is basically a big big component of how these games taught players... Oh, I didn't realize that wouldn't work. Taught players about the movement and I don't know, all the stuff you do. I don't know, it's all very smart, is I guess what I'm trying to say. It's very, very intelligently designed. And that's why these games are famous. It's not just because they're some of the first, it's because they're actually some of the very best to this very day. You can still play them today and see all the things that they do that are smart. Like, look at that! That's very clever. Some more coins again! Wow, didn't know about that. Alrighty then. This time, I'm jumping. Uh-oh, didn't get a star. Should have waited just a split second longer. Now I have to face the boomerang, brother. What's up? You're not so bad. The music box. Oh boy. Let's face the other boomer brother. Yikes. Less good. The hammer! Oh boy! Use the hammer to break the rock, like blocking your path. Let's at least use this guy. Okay. Ah, this one's some kind of spidery bug thing. Doesn't really look like a spider. When I was a kid, I thought this guy was a spider, and I don't think that vine was so clearly a vine. I think it was looked more just like a thread of some kind or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. The bullet bills are really dangerous. Oh, shoot. Because among other things, the screen will scroll and they'll move. They'll, like, move into you. What I mean is, like that. See how now it's going down towards the ground? And now it's going up? Ugh! I was just about to jump. And here's a thing that I didn't talk about before. In this game, when you lose one of these ship battles, you get kicked out of the ship and the ship flies to a different place on the map. So that's interesting. And in this stage, and in the first stage, it's not that big a deal, but in some of the stages, there are several of the levels you can skip. And if you skip a level, and then the ship... Oh, why did I do that? If you skip a level, and then the ship flies to a position that you can't get to because of the level you skipped, you wind up having to play that level anyway. So you sometimes can't help but wind up playing them all. In this case, I played all but one of them, and that means I can get everywhere. I did the same thing in the first world. Alright, that was necessary. go. Alright. Take that, fool. Haha! World 2 of Super Mario Bros. 3 conquered. Alright. Okay, paisanos. Well, I guess that's about all I'm going to do with this game. You get the idea. Obviously, a lot of the same emphasis on momentum and the physics of the jumping and all of that that was in the first two games is still present in this game, but you can see that it's like they take a big step. They make a major evolution of everything you're doing. Now you're navigating a map, and now you're kind of managing a stable of items, and now you're, trying to find secrets and things like that to help you do things. The warp zones that just warp you aren't there. Instead, you get the whistles, and the whistles warp you, and there's special items like the ones that she gives you, like that cloud. I don't know if you can get that anyway except from her letter, and it lets you skip past a stage. So anyway, it's really cool. It's a nice evolution of everything. And this is World 3, and this is like a water-themed world, kind of a tropical beach water world. Anyway, paisanos, that's all I've got for this game, and next we'll be doing Super Mario World, which was, I think, actually called Super Mario 4 in Japan, and that will get us through the mainline 2D Mario games, and then I'm going to go back and talk about American Mario 2, and then I'm going to talk about Yoshi's Island. Those are kind of like the odd ones, And of course there are the Game Boy games, which I don't think I'm going to talk about, but they're a whole different thing, Mario Land. But yeah, alright paisanos, until next time.